It's late at night and I'm still awake. I'm waiting to hit the peak mana. Peak mana. T minus. Should I go keep the live stream popping off during peak mama? Peak mama? Peak mana, make America native again? Native Earthians, the native spirit, Eco Sapiens. I met someone who coined that term. Because sapien, right? It meant wise, right? Homo, wise ones. Ain't no Homo sapiens anymore, that's for damn sure. That's not true. When I say there aren't, that means there's a small percentage. That just means it's a small percentage. So when I say there aren't any, there's not any, it's just a small percentage of the world. But hey, the world wakes up at different times. Everyone wakes up at their own time. Everyone has their own time. It might be your time now. Was that Kyrios or Kronos? Hi. Thanks for joining the stream. Sofath Atam. Where y'all from? Must be pretty early where you're from. That's probably why I'm getting international viewers. Because everyone on this earth, on this part, generally everyone's asleep. So I got that peak mana. I can really articulate. I have access to all the energies. That's why I stay up this late. Best time to work. And I know cultures used to wake up at night during the middle of the night and they'd stay awake for an hour. And if you know anything about lucid dreaming, it's called wake back to bed. And if you are in a deep sleep state and you reach that higher REM and then you wake up and you stay awake for 30 minutes and then go back to sleep, there's a high percentage chance to have a lucid dream. And lucid dream is one that you control. You literally know, oh my gosh, I'm dreaming. There's dream signs you can do during the waking life, during your normal operating hours when you have this consciousness. You can subconsciously imprint into your mind that when you're unconscious, you can become conscious and you can live just like you do right now. Literally, there's no difference. It's weird because material isn't solid in that state. It's not the material world. So you can do anything you want. You can do anything. And that's how I see this. This world should be like that, but it ain't. And that's weird to me. Like, why does that world exist? But when I come back here, literally, you can teleport instantly from a consciousness. Boom! Right back into here. Yo, get Diddy out here. I need some of that lube. I'll show him how it's done. Yeah, so what if I'm evil? You gotta be evil and you gotta be good. You gotta do both. How are you gonna know how to be good if you don't know how to be evil? How do you know how to be evil if you don't know how to be good? It takes all kinds of people in the world. So I hope you see the title is See No Evil. It is nighttime. It is now 2:40 a.m. And we're working the peak mana right now. I'm doing a lot of work right now. I'm actually writing a grant so we can get $500,000. We gotta go to the state. They don't know we exist, and we gotta write up this freaking essay for them because they don't know we exist or something, even though we've talked to them 300 million times, and they make this money competitive, and there's tons of people writing fiction and bullshit, failure businesses that need money to operate. We operate as a nonprofit, right? We've been working in the field. We've been getting private capital. We do a service. It's called a service. We offer a service. Well, it's nighttime for me. I'm in the Western Hemisphere, or what, the Northern and Western Hemisphere. So y'all have different time zones. We all have different time zones. So y'all might be watching from somewhere different where the sun is up. Coal miner. No, I was doing work outside. It's dark outside, remember? I was just outside. Maldives. My geography is a little is not complete because I don't know where that is. I can mine coal. Wait, let's make it red. There we go. Because that's how I feel most of the time. But then I go green. When I'm green, I'm culminating, right? But when I go red, I'm destroying. So it's like, what light do people want to see from me? You know, do you want to see the nice white light that's balanced, or you guys want me like this? You want me like fucking all like, no, that's not how I want to fucking be. God damn it. And you're right. Yeah, I can be very, non-abrasive, but in this world, man, opposites attract. So I gotta utilize that negativity to bring in the positivity. Like, I know how that works. They're dielectric. It's a polarity, right? And in between the poles is where the energy's shifting from. Just like the stock market, just like everything else that we do. Everything comes and goes in waves. I mean, we're made of water. We're full of water. We're not made of it. We're full of it, right? So why wouldn't the water cycles that we observe on the planet Earth have something to do with our emotionalness? And planets affect that too, big time. What is it called? The Kolischio effect, where it affects metals, like when planets are closer or moons closer or whatever, where we are in the spring, metals react differently. They carry different charges during different times of the year. So, yeah, I studied a little bit of chemistry. I studied the periodic tables. I came to a comprehension of everything we are. I can speak as I wish. I hope you understand that. It's an adult conversation. We can say the F word. We can say any words. You can say any word. Maybe not in your country. Maybe you guys can't. I know in Britain it's pretty restrictive what you can say. You can't make fun of anybody. Like, how does comedy exist in England? Does it exist? Do we laugh at ourselves? Comedy is a great remedy because laughter actually increases the feel-good dopamines. Feel-goods. So that's why I like making people laugh. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to constantly, one, make fun of myself. Two, myself before other people can make fun of me. Call myself out before other people can call me out. Because therefore, that's character building. If you know you're being a dick, stop being a dick, right? And sometimes you have to be a dick. Sometimes you have to be the dick. Sometimes you got to be the asshole. Sometimes you got to be the Cassandra. So, and it's not an easy life. And that's the thing. Like, people always like, oh, I want to be comfort. I need comfort. I need the Noah. No. Like, we're living in a bardo. We're living in a death. Like, the living death. What do you think? This is going to be easy? You think it's going to be easy to find yourself again? Well, if you're lucky enough to be born in the Tibetan areas and get the knowledge, and then you live up there, you don't even talk to the world while the Chinese are coming to kill your ass because you're growing marijuana. Fucked up. That plant's from that area, and they tell us all we can't use it and grow it, and then we get a bunch of fake corporate assholes who pollute the plant and pump it with junk, and then sell it back to us at a premium, saying it's the hydro, bro. Like, I don't give a shit about your hydroponics. I don't want that weed. I want shit that was kissed by the sun in the highest altitude. That's what I want. I want a marijuana plant that is so high up, grown. Then leave. This is not made for kids. Jeez. It's like Paul said, when I was a kid, I put away childish things. But I still have a childlike spirit. And you better believe the back of the bus, we were dropping the F-bomb every other word. I remember the back of the bus. I was one of the cool kids being influenced to be stupid, literally, because that was the motive. High school in America, United States, another version of prison. For real. Just a different version. Nothing like the Germans made. No kindergarten. It's just junk. Unless you pay for private education or you send your kid to that Waldorf school and learn biodynamics. But unfortunately, that's not like that education. The Waldorf school should be the main primary elementary education for students all across the United States. That's the model. Because most of the people who went to those schools kept in tune with the resonance. They knew their energy. They knew that they can vibrate, that they use this thing to vibrate with a higher resonance, higher frequencies, not low bullshit, low ass bullshit where you're just thinking about your dick and your pussy. Anyways, we're getting closer to peak man. I hope you guys can tell. Like, the energy is building up. I haven't even checked the astrology. I know we had a fat event in Pisces. I haven't even checked where the moon is. Like, what has it been, like 4 days? Was in Taurus. You shouldn't retract your messages. If you don't want to send something, don't send it. But all I can say is that there are no problems. There are no problems. No problems. Things are good. Things are good. It's just at this point, I'm dealing internally with some of my group members. And it's tough when you work with other people because you got to deal with their development. And when there's shit to be done and development hasn't been done beforehand, man, that permeates into all kinds of other bullshit. And that's where you need the strongest of strength. You need the people who've been through every fucking thing. That's why I love homosexuals. I love homosexuals. Every homosexual I ever met is themselves. They've gone through some bullshit just so they can take it up the ass or suck a dick. They don't care. They have like no shame. And there's this weird power behind that. Weird ass power. And it has nothing to do with sexuality. It has everything to do with just not giving a fuck what other people think. That's the power I see in most homosexuals who are open and all about it. So, and that's probably why the Vatican's like, kill every gay you find. Kill. Fucking idiots. That's another thing. Leave people alone. What are they doing? They're not bothering you, are they? Sure, if they go to your school and start polluting your children's face, go fucking punch them in the face. Yeah. You have every right to do that. Or don't send your kids to a public education system that's ran by who knows who. That's another thing. Why in America do we send our kids to a place that literally, if you don't send them there, they'll even send the cops to your house if you miss school? What? How is that not a prison? How is high school, elementary school in the United States not a fucking prison? It's a fucking prison. Even the food is like prison food. You kidding me? All right, who's gonna help? Who's gonna throw $1 billion in my bank account so I can build the structures here? Oh, I gotta keep fighting. I gotta keep writing shit to the state, write a 72-page essay, just get $500,000 to do the work that we should have been doing 10 years ago, that they've failed. They've given billions of dollars to businesses that just sink out and then take the money and run and then make another nonprofit and then recirculate that bullshit constantly. And then our government shuts down real work that's happening around here in the name of some bullshit, and everyone cheers for the destruction of this country. God damn it. Yeah, I'm supposed to be real happy. How can I be happy when I have that awareness? When I know I have a solution? And you see the restriction out here. And this is global. This is not just central here. There's so many people being just like pressed. Because why? Because we consent. That's it. I don't consent. I've been screaming top of my lungs since like I watched Loose Change when I was in 6th grade. 6th grade, I started gaining this awareness. I wish I knew about Bitcoin 12 years ago. I would have been in that if I had this awareness about that, because I thought crypto coin was another global digital digital conspiracy theory, and they're trying to get everyone on board. That's what I thought, because there's nothing like a tangible asset. And what's Bitcoin? It ain't tangible. It's just a bunch of fucking pixels. It's just a bunch of code. It's just a bunch of fantasy numbers and things that don't really exist. They're just electrons. So now I have to participate. Because if I don't, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, if I don't participate, I can't make the change. So I have to be the Trojan horse. But I'm not good at being a Trojan horse, because I gotta smash people in the face. I just love that shit. That's a warrior. That's the art of war. It says that's the primary goal of life, is to stand up for yourself and stand up for what you know is right. Because we all know what it is. We all know what it's going to take to build a proper society. And then we're still at this junction of we haven't unlocked it yet, which we did thousands of years ago. We had it. So I guess we're undoing everything at this point, right? We get to experience the peeling back. And I wanted freaking Ron Paul in. I voted for him. I met the dude. I actually met Ron Paul. I was stoked. I'm like, finally, a politician I physically met, I physically talked to, I looked into his eyes. Yes, now I'll vote for him. He even talked to me. I never had any incumbent. That was the only one. And what happens? Thrown to the wolves, brandished as a radical. Yet the radicals are living at large. Geopolitics, subvert governments for their resources, create contention, establish the rebellion. Rinse, repeat. Oh, we run the world now. And we had all the gold for almost 100 years, and now Barclays is in charge. Or they're sitting on the board. So it's just not looking good for anyone. I really do champion that comment that NASA says coming in 2032, which is hilarious. Because if you look 232 in Gematrix, what do you get? Satan, save us. Please, save us. Because you better believe those people will be accused. And that's what his job is. And that's why everyone hates him. You hate Azazel, I hate you. That's what the world's afraid of. So, y'all give care. Y'all be careful. Because it's tough out here. And it's getting harder. The wealth is retracting. So those who aren't using money and wealth, you're fine. You're nothing to worry about. It's all these other people that you got to worry about. And that's why I always say, other people are hell. And that's how you experience hell, through other people. So y'all give care and y'all take care. Y'all give care and be careful. That's my tagline. If anybody takes that from me, I'm going to suck the energy right out of you. Anyways, y'all give care and be careful.